Sit where you are. You do not need to change anything. If your body feels tired, let it be tired. If your heart feels heavy, let it be heavy. There is no rush here. Take a slow breath in and slowly breathe out. You are safe in this moment. There are people who look strong on the outside, but are breaking quietly on the inside. You may be one of them. You wake up every day and continue. You smile. You work. You talk. But deep inside, something feels tired. Not the body, the heart. The heart is tired of trying, tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of giving more than it receives. This tiredness did not come overnight. It came slowly. One ignored message at a time. One unanswered effort at a time. One moment of feeling unseen at a time. Zen Buddhism teaches us something very gentle here. Pain does not scream at first. It whispers. And if we do not listen, it grows louder. Most people do not realize when they start chasing. It does not begin with running. It begins with small adjustments. You change your tone. You hide your feelings. You wait longer than you should. You forgive more than feels right. You stay silent when something hurts. You tell yourself, they are busy. They don't mean it. They will change. Maybe it's my fault. Zen wisdom says, when you keep adjusting yourself, you slowly disappear. And still, you stay. Because you believe love means patience. Because you believe understanding means endurance. Because you believe leaving means failure. But Zen teaches a deeper truth. Staying where you are unseen is not loyalty. It is self-abandonment. The invisible weight you carry. There is a weight you carry that no one sees. The weight of being the one who cares more. The weight of always reaching out. The weight of being emotionally present while others are distant. You replay conversations in your mind. You wonder what you said wrong. You wonder what you could do better. But the truth is simple and painful. Some people benefit from your presence without ever honoring it. Zen says, do not pour water into a cup with no bottom. Why being unseen hurts so deeply. Being unseen hurts more than being rejected. Rejection is clear. Silence is confusing. When someone ignores your worth, your mind starts attacking itself. Am I too much? Am I not enough? Why am I easy to lose? Zen teaches that the mind becomes cruel when the heart is ignored. But hear this clearly. Your worth was never missing. It was simply offered to the wrong place. A seed does not fail because it was planted in stone. The moment you started forgetting yourself, there was a time when you did not chase, a time when you laughed freely, a time when you spoke honestly, a time when you did not beg for attention. But slowly, you learned a dangerous lesson. That love must be earned through effort. That presence must be justified. That your needs are a burden. Zen Buddhism calls this forgetting your original nature. Your original nature was calm, whole, enough. Chasing taught you to doubt it. The mind becomes loud when the soul is ignored. Notice how your mind feels around people who don't see you. Restless, overthinking, anxious. Zen teaches that peace is a signal of alignment. When your peace disappears, something is wrong. Not with you, but with where you are placing your energy. The body knows before the mind. The heart knows before words. Let us speak honestly, softly. You chase because you are afraid. Afraid of being alone. Afraid of losing connection. Afraid of starting over. Zen does not judge this fear. It simply says, fear grows when you run from yourself. You stayed because loneliness felt scarier than pain. But Zen teaches something surprising. Loneliness with peace heals. Connection with pain destroys. Many hearts live inside one sentence. If I try harder, they will see me. But Zen wisdom is very clear. No effort can wake someone who chooses to sleep. Trying harder does not create awareness. Giving more does not create appreciation. Staying longer does not create love. A closed heart does not open with pressure. Your energy was never meant to be drained. You were not born to exhaust yourself for approval. Zen teaches balance. Giving without receiving creates imbalance. Loving without respect creates suffering. Your energy is life. Your attention is life. Your emotions are life. And life should flow, not leak. Awakening does not feel powerful at first. It feels quiet. It feels like a small voice saying, "I'm tired. This hurts. I don't feel seen." Zen awakening begins with honesty. Not loud, not dramatic, just honest. And this honesty is sacred. Learning to pause instead of chase. Now, gently, imagine pausing. Not reacting. Not explaining. Not reaching out. Just pausing. Zen teaches the power of stillness. When you stop chasing, you start observing. And observation brings clarity. You begin to see who shows up, who reaches back, who notices your absence. Silence reveals truth. Sit with this truth for a moment. If someone only values you when you chase, they do not value you. They value the effort, the convenience, the attention, not the soul. Zen says, what must be forced will never stay. Take a slow breath. You do not need to decide anything right now. You do not need to leave. You do not need to confront. Awareness comes before action. Simply notice how tired you have been. Simply notice how much you have carried. Simply notice how often you ignored yourself. That noticing is the beginning of freedom. Sit again. If your body moved since last time, that is okay. If your emotions shifted, that is okay. Nothing here needs to stay the same. Take a slow breath in, hold it gently, and let it go. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. There comes a moment in every tired heart when it realizes something important. Not suddenly, not dramatically, quietly. The realization sounds like this: I cannot keep doing this to myself. Zen Buddhism teaches that wisdom arrives softly. It does not shout. It does not argue. It simply becomes clear, the difference between letting go and giving up. Many people fear letting go because they think it means giving up. But these two things are not the same. Giving up comes from despair. Letting go comes from understanding. Giving up says, I am powerless. Letting go says, I finally see clearly. Zen teaches that clinging creates suffering, but understanding dissolves it. You are not quitting love. You are quitting pain. When you realize how much you gave, how long you waited, how deeply you cared, anger may rise. You may think, how could they not see me? How could I mean so little? How could I be treated like this? Zen does not shame anger. It simply says, do not build a home inside it. Anger is a message, not a destination. Bitterness feels powerful for a moment, but bitterness keeps you tied to the very thing you are trying to escape. Zen teaches, if you hold poison hoping another will suffer, you are the one who gets sick. Letting go without bitterness is not weakness. It is mastery. It is saying, I release you and I release myself. Be gentle with yourself here. You did not stay because you were foolish. You stayed because you hoped. Hope is not shameful. Hope is human. You saw potential. You saw possibility. You saw what could be. But Zen wisdom teaches, potential is not reality. Loving someone's potential, while ignoring their actions, slowly breaks the heart. There is a quiet line, where love turns into self-neglect. You cross it when you silence your needs. You excuse, disrespect. You doubt your worth. You stay where peace is gone. Zen teaches balance. When balance is lost, suffering appears. You were not loving too much. You were loving without being loved back. One of the most powerful Zen moments is the moment you stop explaining. You stop explaining why you are hurt. You stop explaining what you need. You stop explaining your value, not because you don't care, but because you finally understand. Those who truly see you never need long explanations. Zen says, truth does not argue, it stands quietly. When you chase for too long, you leave pieces of yourself behind. Your confidence, your voice, your joy, your softness. Now is the time to gather them back, not by force, not by regret, by presence. Each time you choose rest over reaction, you reclaim a peace. Each time you choose silence over pleading, you reclaim a peace. Each time you choose dignity over desperation, you reclaim a peace. After letting go, there may be emptiness. This emptiness can feel scary, but Zen teaches, emptiness is not lack. It is space. Space for healing. Space for clarity. Space for truth. A cup must be empty before it can be filled again. Notice how your body feels when you imagine not chasing anymore, not checking, no waiting, no hoping for crumbs, just stillness. Zen peace does not excite. It settles. It feels like a deep exhale you didn't know you were holding. Repeat this slowly inside. My worth does not need witnesses. You do not need applause. You do not need validation. You do not need permission. Zen teaches inner authority. When you approve of yourself, external approval loses its power. Walking away is not always rejection. Sometimes it is the deepest form of love. Love for your peace. Love for your soul. Love for your future self. Zen compassion includes self-compassion. And self-compassion sometimes says, this is not good for me. Detachment does not mean coldness. It means stability. You still care. You still feel. But you are no longer controlled. Zen detachment is like standing on the shore, watching waves come and go. You do not chase them. You do not fight them. You observe. Zen teaches trust in the flow. What leaves was not aligned. What stays will not exhaust you. What arrives will feel calm. You do not need to chase alignment. Alignment meets you. Now pause. Let silence exist here. No fixing, no planning, no remembering. Just breathing. This stillness is medicine. Understand this gently. You did not lose them. You found yourself. You did not fail. You awakened. You did not walk away empty. You walked away lighter. Let this understanding settle. Settle into your position again. Let your body rest. Let your breathing soften. Let your thoughts slow down. You have walked a long inner path to reach this place. There is nothing more to understand, nothing more to analyze, nothing more to fix. Now, you simply allow. There is a quiet moment when the heart stops asking questions, not because everything is answered, but because the heart no longer needs answers. Zen teaches us that peace begins when we stop demanding explanations from life. You do not need to know why it happened. You do not need to know why they left. You do not need to know why you were unseen. Knowing did not bring peace before. Acceptance will. Right now, this moment is enough. Notice the simple things. Your breath, the space around you, the silence. Zen wisdom says, when nothing is missing, nothing needs to be chased. You are here, and that is enough. There may still be a thin thread inside you, a thread of memory, a thread of longing, a thread of what if. Zen does not cut this thread. It gently loosens it. With every breath out, let the thread soften, not pulled, not broken, just released. Listen carefully to this truth. You do not need to be chosen by someone who could not see you. You do not need to be approved by someone who overlooked your heart. The deepest Zen realization is this: you were always enough, even when you were not chosen. Selection does not define value. Awareness does. Life has its own intelligence. People come, people go. Zen teaches impermanence, Nothing stays. Nothing belongs. And that is not something to fear. It is something to trust. What leaves makes space. What stays brings calm. What comes will meet you where you are whole. Notice how calm feels different from happiness. Happiness rises and falls. Calm remains. Calm does not depend on others. Calm does not ask for anything. Calm is home. Zen calls this inner freedom. Freedom from chasing. Freedom from proving. Freedom from needing. Attachment tightens the heart. Detachment opens it. You can still love, still care, still connect, but you no longer lose yourself. Zen living is balanced living, like walking without leaning, like breathing without effort. From this place forward, you meet life differently. You listen more. You react less. You choose peace faster. You no longer run toward what runs away. You no longer beg for what should be free. You stand. You breathe. You allow. Now rest in silence. Let thoughts pass like clouds. Let feelings rise and fade. Do not hold. Do not push. Just be. This is Zen. Remember this gently. What is meant for you will never require you to chase. What truly sees you will meet you halfway. What drains you was teaching you to let go. Take one final deep breath, and as you breathe out, release everything. Not with effort, with trust. Zen freedom is not something you find. It is something you stop blocking. Sit here for a few breaths. Nothing missing, nothing needed, nothing chased. You are complete. And in Zen, that is the greatest peace